So Power BI service is a Azure cloud-based server. Power BI service is a Azure cloud-based server which is used for sharing the reports and visuals with the clients, sharing reports with clients. So in the Power BI desktop, we'll develop the reports, right? In the Power BI desktop, we'll develop the reports. We'll develop reports. Whatever reports we developed, we need to publish it and we need to share with the clients, guys. Whatever the reports we developed, we need to publish it to Power BI service. And using this Power BI service software, we'll share that reports with the clients. Guys. So Power BI service is a Azure cloud-based server, which is used for sharing the reports with the clients. Whatever the reports I developed in Power BI desktop, I'll publish it to Power BI service. From Power BI service, I'll share with my clients. Right. Now, let's see. So in today's class, we are talking about cloud. So what is this cloud and what is on-premise? First, we'll try to understand. So in the definition I written cloud. What is this cloud and what is on-premise? What is the difference between them? Let me discuss about it. So cloud. So in the older days, we don't have a concept of cloud. These days, people are talking more about cloud. Why cloud is that much famous these days? What advantages you have with cloud? So in Power BI, once you develop the reports, once we want to share the reports, you have two options, guys. Whatever the reports I developed in Power BI desktop, if I want to share the reports to my client, I have two options. One is I can publish it to a cloud-based server, I can share it. And I can publish it to an on-premise server, I can share it. Both things you can do it. What is the difference here? So I said that no company will use both of them. No company will use both of them. Either a company will use a Power BI service for sharing purpose, or a company can use a Power BI report server for sharing purpose. Power BI service, a company can use Power BI service for sharing purpose or report server for sharing purpose. Power BI service is most widely used. 98% of the companies, they'll use Power BI service only for sharing purpose, a cloud-based server. Why people are using cloud-based server rather than on-premise server? First, let me explain about on-premise. When you want to share the reports using on-premise server, first thing you need to do is you need to go and buy the server. When I want to share the reports using on-premise server, first I need to go and buy the Power BI report server. We need to buy the software, from Microsoft. So Power BI report server, I need to buy it. Power BI report server. I need to buy it. Once after buying the Power BI report server from the Microsoft, so I'm telling on-premise, guys. When you want to go with on-premise, when you want to share the reports using on-premise servers, so first I need to buy the software, Power BI report server from Microsoft. So once you buy the software, you need to install the software in your company server. You need to buy a server in your company. You need to buy a server, buy a server in your company. You need to buy one server in the company. Once you bought a server in the company, so you can keep that server in the company. Server is nothing but a computer which contains huge RAM and hard disk. Server is nothing but a computer which contains huge RAM and hard disk, which contains huge RAM and hard disk. Fine, guys. Server is nothing but a computer which contains huge RAM and hard disk. You need to buy a server. You need to buy the software and you need to buy the server. And so you need to hire the admin who will install the software in the server. To buy the server, you need to spend lakhs of rupees. Lakhs of rupees. To buy the server, to buy the software, you need to spend lakhs of rupees. Lakhs of rupees. The same way, to buy the server, you need to spend lakhs of rupees, right? Just 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. Understand here? So to buy the software, you need to spend lakhs of rupees. To buy the server, which contains huge RAM and hard disk, you need to spend lakhs of rupees again. And then, so to install the software in the server, to make this server up and running 24/7, we need to hire admins. The third thing in the on-premise process, the third thing we need to do is we need to hire admin. So when you hire admin, what admin will do is this admin will install Power BI report server software in the server and he'll make the server up and running 24/7. He'll make the server up and running 24/7. So to make the server up and running 24/7, one admin is not sufficient. So we need to hire multiple admins who can work on rotational basis, right? Just give me 1 second. Someone is asking, do you start the class? He's asking, who is this? What is happening here? Fine. So when you go with on-premise process, you want to spend lot of initial amount and lot of operational cost also involved. So to keep your servers, you need to rent the space. You need to rent a space and you need to keep the servers. For the servers, you need to keep ACs, all that, right? So you want to pay the money for admins every month. When you go with the on-premise process, so lot of initial cost and lot of operational cost will be there. Lot of initial cost and lot of operational cost will be there. One second, guys. Fine. So when you go with on-premise process, when we go with on-premise process, we need to spend lot of initial amount and operational cost. When you go with on-premise, lot of initial and operational cost will be there. Lot of initial cost, operational cost will be there. Operational cost means every month the amount you need to pay. lot of initial and operational cost will be there. Initially, to buy the software, you need to spend lakhs of money. To buy the servers, you need to spend lakhs of money. To hire the admins, to pay them, you need to pay the money. You need to pay the money. You need to pay the money, right? So to avoid this initial cost and operational cost, to avoid this initial cost and operational cost, what happening now? So people are moving towards cloud, guys. So when you go with on-premise, as we have a lot of initial cost and operational cost, to avoid this, people are going towards cloud. So when you go with cloud, what happens is, so you don't want to spend lakhs of money when you start any project. Look at this here. The another way where you can share, the reports is through a cloud-based server. One second. So one way you want to go with report server, you want to buy the software from Microsoft, you want to buy a server, and to install the software in the server, you need to hire the admin, and we need to take care of this server. And our admin need to take care of this server. Now, whatever the reports I can develop here, I can publish it to this server. I can share with my clients. So I want to take care of this server. As it is an on-premise server, which is there in my company team need to take care of it. So to avoid all this, to buy the software, to buy the server, to hire the admin, we need to take care of the server 24/7. To avoid all this, initial cost and operational cost, people are simply going towards the cloud. So in the cloud, what we can do is, so what is this cloud?